Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today, I thought we would jump in and do a project from Chalk Couture. This is Harvest from the Homegrown collection of chalk stories made by Chalk Couture, and you can find the information and the link to my website so that you can purchase this and other transfers in the description box below. If you're interested in any products from Chalk Couture, please take a look at my website and don't hesitate to contact me through PM. I'll be happy to help you. So today we're going to use Harvest. We're also going to use eucalyptus paste. We're going to be using a small squeegee and a stir stick, and of course we're going to be using the fabulous fuzzing cloth. Now this is going to help us with the transfer take a little bit of the stickiness away from the transfer so that we are able to remove it easily from the surface. So first I'm going to go ahead and cut this transfer apart. This is a silk screen transfer. It's sticky backed, repositionable, and reusable, and you can see that there are really fine lines here, and that's so that you can separate the transfer easily and also securely, so you know you're not going to be interfering with the actual silk screen itself. So I'm just going to cut along this line and remove these pieces off to the side. And that leaves us with our transfer that says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant." I just love this quote. So I have a board here that I've pulled out of my stash. This is a natural plank board that was stained with gray, and I purchased it this way. This is not a Chalk Couture surface, and because it is a natural wood, it hasn't been sanded, it's not a smooth finish, anything like that. I did a little bit of preparation. I did wax this board and let it dry overnight, and then I came back in and I buffed it to get the wax to be nice and smooth so that it's going to protect my transfer, and that is that the wood fibers are less likely to come up on the adhesive, so that's really important to me. I'm going to be using this Chalk Couture fuzzing cloth to fuzz the back of the transfer. So what I'm going to do is write really quickly on the back side of the carrier sheet. I'm just going to write Harvest. That tells me what goes on this particular carrier sheet. It also lets me know that this is the back side because I have writing on it, and that this is not where I want to put the transfer back once it's clean and dry. So just a little quick tip, and let's take the corner and just lay that down flat and remove the carrier sheet away from the sticky back transfer. And you can set that carrier sheet aside, and then we're going to very gently just flip this over on our fuzzing cloth, and we want to pick up a little bit of fuzz from the fuzzing cloth so that we can have it be just a little bit less sticky. These fuzzing cloths are also double-sided. One side is terry cloth, the other side is microfiber. You can fuzz on the microfiber side as well, but the microfiber is perfect for drying the transfers after you have washed them from use. So I'm going to show that. You just want to be careful not to have the transfer fold over on itself. Now I can see from the fuzzing side that I've picked up some fuzz that's actually in the silk screen areas, so I'm just going to knock those away because the silk screen areas themselves are not sticky. So I'm just going to knock those out of the way. Not worried about anything that is over here on the sticky part. That's going to wash off when I clean the transfer, and it's not going to interfere at all. Let's do one more time. Set this aside, and now I'm ready to position this. Now this has seams in the planks. They are not even at all, so we're going to just kind of take a chance and hope that this comes out good with where the division is between the boards. I'm just going to go slow with it. First I'm going to come in and I'm going to push down each section of the silk screen so that it makes good contact. And if it doesn't work and I don't like how it turns out, I can always take it off and do something else, or I can paint over the board itself with my chalk paste and kind of give it another finish and then do something else. I can see there's going to be some rather large gaps, so I'm not sure how well it's going to turn out. We're just going to try it and see. Okay, so I have my eucalyptus chalkology paste. I've already opened the jar and given it a good stir. It is the consistency of yogurt or cake batter. And if you find that yours is a little thick, like mine is thickened up just a little bit, you can always come in and you can give it a spritz of distilled water. That is an easy way to add a little moisture without going overboard. You want to definitely use a mister to add your water, just for safety's sake, because if you do overdo it and it becomes too runny, you just want to leave it out and let it dry up a little bit. The chalk paste dries really, really quickly, so you can tell them the water will evaporate quickly as well if you just leave it open. So I'm going to get some of my Chalkology paste. I'm not going to worry about having too much. I do have wax on this board, so it isn't going to soak into the wood as quickly as if it was untreated. But I also know that any excess that I don't use can go right back in the jar, so I'm not worried about having too much there. I'm just going to go over the silk screen area, right up to and over those lines. I'm not worried about if the area where the lines are, if that doesn't get coverage. I'm not worried about that because it's a seam and you're not really going to see that in the design anyway. And I'm just putting it on as I do each section, just because the chalk paste dries so quickly. I don't necessarily want to put it all over my board in this case and then smear it around. I want to spread it as I go. More in this section. All right, I'm going to speed up the rest of this video so that you guys can see the process, and I will be back with you to do the reveal. Okay guys, we have the transfer nice and covered with the Chalkology paste. So now I'm just going to grab two sides of that and lift it straight up towards the ceiling and do our reveal. I am loving that. Let me set the transfer aside so that I can clean it, and we're just going to let this dry and then it's ready to seal and hang up. If I decide not to seal it, or if I go over it with another color and offset so that it has a shadow, I will definitely show that next process as well. But I'm really liking how it turned out with the eucalyptus. It just shows nicely on the board. I think it's going to look great with my entryway and all the decor that I have, so I'm really happy with that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and then go over and click the bell so that you're notified each time that I upload new videos. I'd love to have you along for the fun. Remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and happy crafting.